again and welcome all you fastidiously formidable, ferocious, fearless fantasy football freaks out there. It's time for Bucks Bombs, where we will uncover and discover those players that have the potential to fly or die, excel or expel, capitalize or capsize. So let's get right to it. Chaka Khan, can he rock it, Chaka Khan? Chaka Khan, is that what he's going to do? Chaka Khan, could he rock it? Will he rock it, Chaka Khan? Can he put up on the field for you? Chaka Khan, do you feel he is going to do everything that you ever really want him to? Chaka Khan, could he even throw a TD too? So do you fire him up, and if you do, you get screwed. So will you start him on your team, even if it's just a stream, Chaka? Will he deliver or crush your self-esteem, Chaka? After the game, will you be feeling supreme? Or will you suck it, Chaka, baby, and make me want to scream? You guessed it, folks. DJ Chark. Chaka Khan, how about that? Wide receiver 2 for the newly energized Detroit Lions has developed quite the chemistry with quarterback Jared Goff, who targeted the shifty receiver 8 times in last week's heartbreaking 38-35 loss to the Philadelphia Eagles at home. Finishing with 4 receptions for 52 yards and a touchdown, Chark looked solid in his first outing with his new team. And the fact that he found the end zone could be an encouraging sign for potential fantasy owners. His ceiling isn't as high as some other options on the waiver wire, but his role in the Detroit offense feels solid. This week, the Washington Commanders come to town following a 28-22 nail-biting victory over the Jags. But the stat that intrigues this old boy is the fact that the Commanders gave up the 4th, you guessed it, 4th most yards to wide receivers in week 1. If Chark can get free on a couple of deep balls, he and Goff could deliver some great yardage with potentially low opportunity volume. High upside, low floor. Boom or bust? That is the question, my friends, and the choice is yours, as Bucks Bombs always are. Next! Bum, ba-da-da-da-da-dum. Bum, 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 da-da-da-da-da-dum. Bum, 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 da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-dum. Elijah Mitchell is out for 8 weeks. A sprained MCL, yes, he screwed up his knee. But there is a running back 2 on the team that you could plug into your lineup with ease. But will he produce more like a thief in the night? Kill your points as he destroys tonight? Will he go crazy for you? Even though he's a number 2, could Jeff Wilson go crazy for you? Yeah! Or not? Yes, folks, I'm not talking Ann Wilson of the Rock Group Heart. I'm talking Jeff Wilson, number 2 running back for the San Francisco 49ers, who got their asses handed to them 19-10 week 1 in a monsoon at Soldier Field against the Chicago Bears. After Elijah Mitchell injury, Wilson came in and had 11 touches for a modest 30 yards. Now, he's certainly not the sexiest fantasy option out there, but I think it's safe to say he could be in store for him, 17 to 20 touches and some red zone work. We all know the unpredictability in Coach Kyle Shanahan's middle name. And there is the distinct possibility that rookies Tyrion Davis-Price and Jordan Mason could be thrown in the mix as well, if Wilson struggles early. Last year, among 58 rushes with 75 or more carries, Wilson ranked 30th in yards after catch. And last week, Wilson had a 76% snap rate. Hard to say. 76% snap rate. There we go. After Mitchell left the game. It appears that Shanahan has faith in his number 2. But we all know from painful experience how that can go with Kyle Shanahan. This week, the 49ers are at home facing a very unimposing Seattle Seahawks team who played way above their means last week in a victory at home against the Denver Broncos. Without question, Deebo Samuel and Trey Lance will have designated runs called, which will cut into Jeff Wilson's upside. But could he be a solid RB3 flex for fantasy owners this week? Could Jeff Wilson go crazy for you? Yeah! Or not? Once again, the choice is yours, my friends. Well, there you have it. DJ Chark and Jeff Wilson. Could they be shining pillars of light in a world full of darkness that could lead you and your team into the promised land of fantasy football greatness? Or Is that light you see actually a freight train traveling 80 miles an hour destined to collide with your fantasy stat line and send you reeling into the annals of fantasy football irrelevance, insignificance, and indifference? By the way, I've always dreamed of including the word annals in my assessments, so I'm one happy man. Well, that's it for me. Bucks Balls Week 2 is in the books. Have a great week in fantasy land, you freaks, and line up your leagues as only the intelligent followers of the STFU Stretching the Field Ultimate Fantasy Football Podcast can. Check us out on our Facebook page, BransonPodcastNetwork.com, and coming soon, we will be posting our complete episodes with video on our YouTube page so you can see our bright smiling faces. Follow us on all formats, friends, and until next week, Buck